The American Dream, Dustin Rhodes, son of a plumber, daddy, and you're listening to the Bob Culture Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very blessed episode of the BCP, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting out Mania Week. Great. I am super excited for this one. He is our number one favorite since day one, ahead of his Blessed documentary that actually drops today. As of recording, it dropped earlier today at 6 p.m. Check that out on YouTube. Like I said, he is our favorite guest of all time. You see him regularly as AEW Dark Competitor with show-stealing performances against the likes of Rey Fenix. Check out that match. He's an Impact Wrestling Super X Cup competitor, a CZW Wired Champion, the first ever standalone wrestling light heavyweight champion, number 348 on the PWI 500, and number one in your hearts. Woo! He is truly blessed.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Our friend, the always inspirational, our good friend, Mr. Casey Navarro. We are not worthy, man. Thank you, brother.
No, I'm not worthy, man. I got your shirt on. I had to represent.
No, likewise, man. And I appreciate it. And let me say this out the gate, man. That means a lot to me. Every time, I've said it on the podcast several times, every time, because I had a tough 2020. A lot of people did. And that meant a lot to me. Just to put a smile on my face, man. I'm twice your age. I'm an old man, and I pop like a little kid every time you do that. It means a lot. And like I said, 2020 has been weird, man. I know your pops has been sick. I know it's been a roller coaster for you. Right now, how's everything going? How are you?
It's great, man. I'm living the dream, man. 2021 has been quite the year so far. We're only 3-4 months in so far. It's been a dream come true. I mean, 21 is my favorite number, so I have a very special thing with this year. I mean, I'm born on July 21st. I'm 21. I mean, it's a lot adding up in the universe right now for me. So I don't know. It's crazy though. I can tell you, man. It's been wild.
I mean, let's just get right to it, man. I've been waiting to talk to you about this forever. AEW Dark, man. The first night that you were on, it was announced, Nunez and I in the living room. We had the pink light LEDs on behind the TV. You come out, standing ovation from both of us. You've been killing it. I love that match with Phoenix. Tell us right now what it means to you to be a part of AEW Dark week after week, man.
It's wild, man. I really thought at first it was going to be a one-off. The first time I was there was actually October 21st, which is my favorite number. So that was interesting. And then it aired November 3rd. And then I wasn't there for a while. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's just a one-off. And then out of nowhere, to start off 2021, I get a call. And next thing you know, I'm on like almost every week. And it's just been wild, man. It's something that you almost dream about, just walking out on that big stage, being in that big ring, facing these guys that are stars, and you want to just be in their position. It's just been mind blowing. For most people, they didn't want to see me get there. I wasn't supposed to be there. And, I'm 21 and I'm there, and I can't believe I'm there. And it's almost like a dream, dude. It really is. It's like a dream. I can't believe it.
It makes me happy, man, because I know how much this means to you. I remember you were doing a video, I think, from the airport, man. And I could tell how thankful and blessed you felt, man. But I also could see that chip on your shoulder. You thanked everyone who has helped you get this far. But, there were haters, there were bullies along the way, man. And I could almost see like the pain in your eyes and like the hurt that had on you, man. And now you're just like proving everybody wrong, man. When you were making that video, I mean, like, where was it coming from? Like, how are you feeling right now?
It was coming from the heart. I just knew that match with Rey Fenix. I mean, it was pre-recorded, so I obviously knew what happened that night. And, I just wanted it to seem real for everybody. But, I was actually flying back to AEW when I was filming that. And I actually watched the match in the plane right before we took off. And it was just, I just wanted everybody to know, like, that was the biggest match of my career so far. On the biggest stage of my career. It was just a lot to handle. I'll never forget that night, man. I walked in, I didn't know who I was wrestling. I thought it was gonna be another tag team match. And I looked at the board and I see that I'm wrestling Rey Fenix one-on-one. And I'm just like, wow. And then I find out that he asked to wrestle me. And then they added a little bit more time to our match. It was just a lot. It was crazy. And, I owe a lot to him. He gave me a lot of offense. He didn't have to do that. He could have easily just squashed me like a lot of the other matches. And he let me do all my moves. Actually, I hit just about every single one. And it was just amazing. And I just wanted everybody that ever believed in me to know how thankful and grateful I was. And to everybody that said I was never going to make it there, I wanted to know, hey, I'm here. I'm not signed, but I'm here. And I'm getting closer every day. And you can keep hating on me. You can keep saying I'm not going to make it. But every time you say that, I'm just going to get closer and closer to my goal. And I just wanted everybody to know that, man. It was just mind blowing. I was truly blessed, pun intended. So
you really are, man. And you've been killing it, man. Like, since the first time we saw you, we saw something in you. You got the look, you got the in-ring skills, you have the charisma, you kill it on both sides, face, heel, whatever you required to be, man. You've been killing it. So the fact that Rey Fenix wants to work with you, you have that match, and then that great show of respect after the match, man. I mean, it was just getting me in all the feels for all the reasons, man. What was the reaction backstage? What was the reaction from the fans after that match?
One of the first things I was told, as soon as the match was over, I looked right at Bryce, the referee, and I was like, what did you think? And this is as Rey Fenix like doing his thing as he's leaving. He was like, it was great. Go right up to Tony after the match. And I was like, okay. And as soon as the match was over, I walked up to Tony Khan, and Tony Khan just came up to me and he just kept thanking me. And he said, I made him look really good. He had the beach break match. That was the week after on Dynamite. And he was just thanking me. He was like, man, like, he needed to look good before that beach break match. And you did that. And he was so thankful. And it was just amazing because he didn't have to thank me at all. I'm there just to make him look good. And for him to actually ask to see me and like thank me like that, it meant the world to me. Like, I really appreciated it. And, after that was when I really started coming back. After that, I earned, I guess, a lot of people's respect. A lot of people that I never talked to backstage were coming up to me saying how great it was. And the people that knew me were proud of me. You got Sonny Kiss, Brian Cage, they were all coming up to me, Anthony Bowens, my sister, everybody was coming up to me, very, very proud of me because that was my first one-on-one. And it was a big one-on-one. So it was like a really big challenge. And I remember when I saw the match, like I said, like, my stomach dropped because no one knows this, but the night before, I stay with Anthony Bowens while I'm there. And the night before, I was saying, because it was rumblings that I was going to have a one-on-one, but it wasn't for sure. You never know until you get there. And the one thing I said to Anthony Bowens was, I'm not ready to wrestle Rey Fenix.
Are you serious?
So it was really crazy. And anybody can ask Bowens. I looked at Bowens. I was like, I'm not ready to wrestle Rey Fenix. So I hope my one-on-one is not against him because that's a big match. And I get there and I'm wrestling him. And I remember standing next to Bowens and I was like, dude, I don't know if I can go through with this. Like, I'm nervous. I've never felt this nervous before. The last time I felt this nervous was when I was 16 wrestling Leo Rush for the first time. And I couldn't even go up to Leo Rush. I'll never forget it. And I was like, dude, I'm just not ready. And then to see that I wrestled him and then go out there and we had the best match of the night from what I was told. And, it was just amazing, man. Like, it was really, really crazy. And it's a night that I'll never, ever forget.
Yeah, man. And just watching here, man, we were so happy for you, man. Like, nothing is official yet, unless you got a BCP exclusive, but I'm kidding. But in my mind, like, you are, a very active, very important part of that locker room. Even on Dynamite, man, I love seeing you on Dynamite singing Judas. I think you got lawn darted into a tractor trailer at one point, which was crazy.
Which was actually filmed the same night as my Rey Fenix match.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got thrown into that, and we had to film it twice, and so I had to take that twice.
You look great,
and it was great. And for me to like I remember Tony coming up to me after that was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." I had scrapes on my elbows. Like, yeah, I should be all right for my match with Phoenix tonight. I'll be all right. And I think that was another reason why Tony wanted to thank me too, because poor me had to go through all that night. But I just wanted to prove myself to them that it don't matter to me. I just want a spot.
It looked great, man. And just another day at the office. We also saw the likes of Miro, former guest. We talked to him on the pop break, formerly Rusev, coming at you during the arcade match. I'm like, oh boy, watch out, Casey, man.
Not planned at all, by the way. I just saw him walking up and I was like, oh man. And he was just like, move. And he just threw me. And I was like, oh, that hurt. All right. But I was good.
Yeah, could have been worse, man. Like,
yeah,
I said,
he could have threw me through that game thing. And I'm happy.
It's another day at the office for you, man. But not to be cliche here, man, but you have a lot of family in that locker room, a lot of friends in that locker room. I think recently you fought Cage on the Indies, man. Who would you like to work with? I mean, I remember talking to you at Boardwalk Beatdown, one of our first interviews. You would love to fight Cody, man. He was right in the other room, man. Is that still a goal, man? Who else in that locker room do you want to square off with?
I definitely want Cody. I definitely want Pac. That's my dream match. And
that's right.
And I feel like I'm gonna get that at some point, hopefully. And I would love to wrestle Marco Stunt one-on-one. I had that little encounter with him this past week, and it was fun. And I wish we had more time, but I would love to get him one-on-one. I feel like me and him would be a very, very fun match to watch. Darby is another guy I would love to go one-on-one with. And just because a lot of people compare us, I would love to wrestle Ricky Starks in a full
I was
match.
just going to say that, man. Like, I want Ricky versus KC again.
Yeah, that I would love that. I mean, then again, I don't know what was going to happen the week after. A lot of people don't know this because I kind of kept it to myself. But I can bring it up now because it's over with. But I wasn't at AEW after that Ricky Starks match. I wound up getting COVID. So I was actually out for a little bit and I couldn't be there. So I never knew what was going to happen when I went back that following week, and I never will know. But I'm just happy that I came back this past week, and it was a lot of fun. I will be on Dark, I believe, again next week. I think.
I bet you will.
But yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and I'm just happy that I was back. It felt good. It was actually my first match back after COVID. Actually, my first match back after COVID. So it really felt good to be back in the ring and move around. And now I got Mania week this week, so it's gonna be a wild time. But I feel good.
You feel good, you look good, man, and more importantly, you're healthy, man. I'm sure, having those weeks off, obviously, like you mentioned, you're gonna be very public about this right now, that you did have COVID, test positive for COVID, and now I'm sure it was kind of scary waiting, are they gonna call me back? Am I gonna be able to come back? I have so much momentum.
Yeah.
But you are, man. You're killing it right now. You're gonna be heading down to Tampa for Mania Week shows. Who do you got? You got Leo Rush, Mike Bennett, formerly Mike Kanellis, and then you were in the gray sweatpants battle royale. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Gray sweatpants battle royal. Yes, I am. I am. There's actually a big reason why I'm doing it. Actually, a lot of people, it's no secret, I was very close with Chad Gaspard. God rest his soul.
Nunez wanted to ask you about that. Actually, we didn't want to overstep though.
No, it's cool, man. I was very excited to wrestle him. That would have been the first time me and him shared a ring ever. And we talked about that when he was in our last conversation ever on my Instagram Live. And we were both very excited for it. But then, the pandemic hit and, we couldn't do it. So I felt like I had to do this. I feel like I had to do it because just to know that I would have been in there with him, would have made me feel better. I'm sure me and JTG will do something in there. I believe he's in it too. So, that'll be cool for me, but I just had to do that. And then the other thing I have is the Violence and Suffering show, which is at 12 a.m. that night. And I am now in a 4-on-4 Team VXS versus Team Blessed match. So, TJ Crawford's coming at me on social media. I don't know what his problem is. I love TJ, but I had to come at him today. So check out my Twitter. I had to go back at him and his whole damn team, which I did. And everybody will find out my partners and who I got on Team Blessed that Friday.
Awesome, man. And that's TJ for you. He's a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Nets.
You don't get along.
Exactly. Well, I'm a Nets guy, man. The Heat was in the finals last year, bro. Do you think we're gonna see, in maybe the Eastern Conference Finals, the Nets taking on the Heat? My team versus your team. What do you think?
I would love that. I'm definitely going to a playoff game this year.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there, whether it's in Brooklyn or Miami. I'm definitely going to one in Miami. That's for sure. Because I've never been to a playoff game in Miami, so I'm definitely going to do that. But I think so. I could totally see it just by seeing how the season's going right now. I could totally see it. The Heat are starting to kick up now. We just got Victor Oladipo and a couple other good guys. Yeah. So we haven't lost a game since that happened. So hopefully we keep that momentum going and get back to where we were, because we were at 4th place on the East. And then we started going on that losing streak, and now we're down at 7 or 8. So we got to get back on track, but I think it'll come back like that. We still got a whole month and a half left of the regular season. So I think we got it.
I think so too, man. And speaking about the Heat's looking good, the Nets are looking good. You've been looking good, bro. Putting in the work, man. You've always been in great shape, man. You've always had a great look, great charisma, man. But you've really been going the extra mile. I don't know if it's because you're getting the TV time, man. You're just more motivated. I think last time I spoke to you, things were going on, man. You kind of fell out of it and got back into it. But tell us a little bit about working with Gipke. I see you in the gym with Papa Cage, man. What's the motivation? What's the workouts looking like right now?
They're intense. I used to work out at a gym called Jersey Strong, which is where Steve Gipke used to train me at. And then I decided I wanted to go train at where my grandfather trained at. And a lot of classic wrestlers used to train at Diamond Gym.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Maplewood, New Jersey. Shout out to them. And Steve Gipke, wanted to train me there. We go there, we work out there all the time. And he pushes me to my limit. It's no game there. It's a real bodybuilding gym. I'm the smallest guy in there. But at least I'm in shape, so it works out. But when you're in there, it's no joke. You can't be on your phone, can't be playing around. Unless you're recording something for a PR, you can't play in there. It's not a game in there. It's the most chalk I've ever seen in my life. There's chalk everywhere, no metal plates, and it's very motivating to be in there. You see all these guys on the wall, and like it kind of makes you want to be on the wall. You want to earn a spot on that wall. Steve Gibkey's not even on that wall. Steve's gonna be mad at me because I said that, because you're really working hard. But there's people that have been on that wall 17 million times. My grandfather's on that wall, so that makes me want to be on that wall that much more. Wow. And you're gonna hear all about that in the mini documentary that drops today. So make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, it's no game. And Brian Cage, when because it's no secret, he's one of the guys that actually helped me get on AEW Dark. He told me if I'm gonna be there, I have to work hard and I have to look good. There's two things that you can control in this business that I learned from Brian Cage, Papa Cage, and that's your gear and your look. Everything else is out of your control, but you can control what your gear looks like, and you control what your body type looks like. And you're going to hear Papa Cage speak about that in the mini doc, so don't miss that. Really? There you go. There's a little plug. Papa Cage's going to be in it. Nice. But yeah, and Brian's another big motivating factor for me. It's no secret. He's my wrestling dad. He really cares about me. Without him, I probably wouldn't have a lot of the spots or opportunities I have now. But back to Steve Gibkey, man. That guy's been training me since I'm 17, 18.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been training me for a while. But things really changed when I started getting more opportunities and switched gyms, because he knew it's time to really kick it up and it's time to really put in the work. Because, me not being a very tall guy, I'm only like 5'6", 5'6.5", maybe 5'7" if I want to push it a little. Not being a very big guy, it makes it a little harder for me to make it. A lot of guys are, 5'10" and higher, and I'm never going to get there, I don't think. So, I have to really work on my physique. And, without Steve Gibkey, and again, you're going to hear that in the mini documentary, without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at, because him helped me gain all this weight, and it might not look like a lot, but, it is a lot, believe it or not. And in my opinion, when I'm speaking about Steve Gibkey and his partner, Tony, I believe them two are the most underrated tag team on the indies. I feel like a lot of companies don't give them that chance to show what they can do. They've been on AEW Dark, I think like 2 or 3 times, 4 times maybe. And, when you're on AEW Dark, you can only show so much, because when we're there, our job is to put their talent over. But if you watch any of their indie matches, those guys are really good. And I feel like a lot of people are, they're not pulling the trigger right. There was a company that has had them for a while, and in my opinion, I feel like they misused them. Instead of giving them, good tag teams or just, good spots, they kind of shit all over them. And, I usually don't curse in this stuff, but it's just because I'm passionate about it and I really feel strong about it. I really feel like they're super underrated. And, I tell Steve all the time, I'm nobody. But I'm starting to get to a position where I feel like I can help some guys get seen or get on a show. They were just on SWF recently. That was my original home. I was able to get them on that, and they showed out, man. And, I know they're wrestling the Rep, the Mega Slam show, which I know will be a great match. It's for the standalone wrestling tag titles, I believe. And I know it's gonna be a great match, and it's a match that they need. But like I said, I feel like they're very underrated. So any promoter that's watching this, book JMS, man. They're worth it. They're really good. And I feel like personally, they're TV ready. I believe they got over 10 years experience doing this. Wow. So, I feel like it's time. I feel like it's their time. And I feel like they just need that shot, really. Just want to put
man. No, absolutely. And we'll talk about, real quick, I want to throw this in here. You talked about your gear earlier. You did win wrestling #WrestlingFashion last week. We're very big on that with my friends. I heard. So you did win last week. I think the week before was Thunder Rosa. So great job on the gear. But more importantly, man, we talk about Gibkey, man. You and Gibkey were my match of the year for the males on the indies last year. You were getting your freaking flyer miles in that match. You flew from ring to ring. It was a great match. It didn't hurt that you wore my shirt to the ring, but it really was.
I think I wore this one.
I think it was that one.
I think it was this one.
I love it, man. But I do appreciate that. But more importantly, the match, was fantastic. And then I got to review your guys' feud, and I believe it was Catalyst Wrestling. And it was so cool to see kind of the role reversal. It was like the complete opposite of the roles I had known you guys to be in. And just tell us what it's like working with Gibkey in the ring, man. He's phenomenal, man, in both roles. I was very happy to see that.
Yeah, it's so cool. I feel like there's only like in wrestling, there's only a few people you can really have good chemistry with. And it's funny because usually it's your friends. Like you watch me and Jordan Oliver, we kill it.
Every time.
We can wrestle each other with our eyes closed. We can not call a damn thing and go out there and kill it. Me and Anthony Bowen's another one. I killed it. The 2 or 3 matches I've had with Bowens, killed them all. Me and my sister, killed them all. Me and Gibkey, it's funny because we never wrestled before any of those matches. And a lot of the things we were doing were like promos and funny videos on Facebook all the time, man. Like people were loving it. We just had good chemistry cutting promos, and then we get in the ring and we kill it together. And it's really insane. And you know, like I said, there's only like a select few people you can really have that good chemistry with. And Gibkey is a solid worker, man. I mean, I never got to wrestle Tony. From what I know, it is happening soon, so I am excited to wrestle Tony as partner. But me and Gibkey, man, Gibkey's solid, bro.
Yeah.
He's solid. And I picked him up and slammed him. So his workouts are working. Are working. I picked him up on my shoulders and slammed him. So you know what? I take that. I will take that credit. And because of Gibkey, by the way, I also picked up Papa Cage on my shoulders in our match.
Yes, that's epic, man. That is awesome, man. You're killing it. You look great, man. The arms look good. They look great in that BCP baseball tee. Just got to throw that out there. No, seriously though, man, you're looking great. Enough shameless promo from me, and let's throw the shameless promo to you, man, because this documentary, I'm very excited to see it. I saw the trailer as of the airing of this recording. It is available now on YouTube. Tell us about the origin, the genesis of this documentary, and what fans can expect.
Really, you're just going to see an in-depth look of how much work I put in. I feel like a lot of people in wrestling talk a lot of smack about how I look and how I'm not the biggest guy, but don't understand how much work I actually put in or what Steve Gibkey does in the gym to actually push me. Because it's no joke to me. And like people think it's a joke to me. People think it's a game. It really isn't. This is my life. I have no job. I haven't had a job in over a year. I've been straight living off wrestling, surviving, paying for my car, paying for anything I got, buying my girlfriend gifts, anything like that. You know, that's all straight wrestling. I earned it. I worked hard for it. And I feel like a lot of people talk a lot of smack because of how I am with my character, but don't know me personally. They don't know who I am. And that was just like kids in school. You know, nobody knew me. They just knew I was a kid that loved seeing men in tights wrestle each other. And nobody ever knew me as a person. And the select few friends I have, and I'll name them because I know they'll love this. Like my best friend, Joel, who's been my friend for over 10 years. My best friend, Tyler, my best friend, Darius, who I backyard wrestled with when I was 14, that I feel like without them, I wouldn't have had the motivation to go after it at 15 so early. And a few more that I could name, but I'm not going to spend all day naming a few of my friends. But I feel like this is just a side of me that people just don't get to see. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for people to hear like how Steve Gibkey feels, how Brian Cage feels. And, you know, I would mention one thing, but I'd rather it be a surprise for everybody. Okay. A certain somebody that without him doing a certain thing to save my career, I feel like I wouldn't be wrestling now. And everything I do now is for this person, and everybody's going to see that in the documentary, because without this person, I personally don't feel like I'd be chasing my dream, and everything I do now is for that person. Like every time I'm at AEW, every time I did Impact, every time I have a big match, a little match, it doesn't matter what the match is, it's for that person. And, you know, I plan to do what they always wanted me to do, and that was make it. And it's for them. So I can't wait for everybody to see this. It's definitely going to be a roller coaster of 6 minutes of your time. It's definitely going to be a high and a low and then a high. But it's just a little side of me that a lot of people don't get to see. And it's only 6 minutes. So, you know, it's just a little bit. It's not like you're sitting there watching a 2-hour WWE documentary. You're just watching 6 minutes of just me, who I am, and how much work I put in. So I'm very excited for everybody to see it today.
Very excited for that, man. And for me personally, like you are an inspiration in and out of the ring. And that's from a big kid like me, man. But your connection with the fans, man, is something next level, man. You have people in the UK reaching out to you, trying to connect with you. They want to come to the States just to see you, man. I see you, you go to the ring, man. Something I always love about you is you're very aware of everything, the announcers, the referee, man. You kind of give everyone like their props, their love, but at the same time, heel, face, you're aware of who's around the ring, the fans that are there. I see you jump out of the ring and talk to the fans, man. And I can tell how much truly like you inspire them, man. Like I know you were bullied. I know this has been a roller coaster for you, man, but how much does that mean to you that now like you're the guy on the pedestal, like you're the hero, you're the role model right now?
Sometimes it ain't real to me yet. But you know what? It was something my mom always told me after I met Roman Reigns, because that was a big thing for me. A lot of people know. Every time I took a picture with Roman Reigns and he was sitting at that table and I was on the other side, my mom always told me, one day you're going to be on the other side of that table. Yeah. And we're going to be looking at you, crying to you, like how you did to Roman Reigns. I'm not ashamed to say it, but people are going to be looking at you and crying to you like how you did for Roman Reigns. And one day you're going to touch people's hearts like how he touched yours. And I always took that to heart. I really did. And my dad used to say the same thing. And, my parents play a significant role in what I do. And I do a lot for them as well when it comes to this. And it's just amazing. Like the other day, a few weeks ago, actually, I saw one of my friends from high school that I haven't seen in a while because I've been on the road and, I'm just never in my area anymore that I went to school in. And we met up. We went to the mall. We're walking around and he's bringing up AEW. Man, I can't believe you're there. Like I remember everybody in school, like just killing you. And now you're walking out on the big stage and your name's in lights. I'm like, it's crazy. Yeah, it is. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's really wild. And then out of nowhere, a kid goes, KC? And I look over and I'm like, yeah, because I'm not used to being noticed like that because it's not real to me yet. And the kid walks up and goes, oh my God, like, I can't believe it's you. Like I follow you on Instagram. You just hit 10K. Congratulations. I made a Twitter just to help you hit 10K. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And we took a picture. After that, like a few weeks later, I go to Chick-fil-A. Guy looks at me and he's like staring at me. I'm ordering my stuff. And he goes, are you Casey Navarro? And I'm like, yes, I am. Dude gave me a discount on my food.
Yes, that's right.
But it's really crazy that now like people are starting to notice who I am, and it's not a secret. And it's like, yeah, to most people they might not know me, but man, I'm really getting out there and like I'm getting known more and more. And it's so surreal because like this is stuff you dream about. This isn't like stuff you think is really going to be a reality. And it's so crazy. It's so mind blowing. And for my little brothers to look up to me like that and like just see like, hey man, like my big brother's really doing it. And that's a big thing that I do in this wrestling. Like I just want to inspire my little brothers, little kids, to show them like, it doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter what you go through. You can make it. You just have to put the work in. I'm not even there yet. To most people, it might seem like I made it. To me, I didn't make it until I'm in the Hall of Fame or until I'm retired and I have so much money that I can sit back, relax, and my kids can be good. Until then, I'm not done. I'm not going to be done. And I'm going to work hard until I get there. The only way you're going to stop me is if I can't walk no more or if I can't do this no more. But I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And I'm only 21. I'm only just getting started. So, I leave everything in God's hands, like I always say. And, my plan is to just make it big and just inspire all those kids like so.
I love that, man. That's really what it's all about to me, man. Like I always say with you, Casey, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when and where, man. And I truly believe that, man. I really do, man. And thank you for everything you've done for me on a personal level, checking in with me, wearing my shirt to the ring, like I keep saying. So I understand how much it means to these kids. But now to be professional journalism, Rob, and not Mark Rob over here. I did want to ask you, man, I'm getting my start on commentary. I'm very thankful to you and everyone who's just welcomed me into this wrestling community and let me behind the curtain. What advice would you have for me calling Matt? I'm very punny, but like, what advice would you have for me calling like one of your matches? What should I know? How should I prep coming from a superstar perspective?
I mean, really, the only thing I love when commentators put over, it's like when they know the names of your finishers or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Know your nicknames, know a little bit about you. I feel like having that little history for the people that are watching for the first time that may see me and may not know me, or may just see me on AEW Dark and just see me get destroyed and just be like, oh, well, I've seen him get destroyed. And then you tell a little bit about me, it makes them want to go, oh, well, maybe I'll look this kid up and actually see what else he can do. And then maybe it will get them more intrigued into the match to see what I can do. So I would definitely say stuff like that. Definitely getting with the wrestlers, see if there's anything they want you to put over. Like, I know when I wrestled Brian Cage, I know that they put over like our history together. Like, oh, you know, that's Brian Cage and his son, KC Navarro.
Yes.
Like that. Like, you know, it's a father versus son thing. Or when I did Battle Club and I wrestled my sister for the first time, the match was hyped, like on commentary, in the name, brother versus sister. It was like a huge thing. A lot of people don't know that. And like, I remember at AEW, I was sitting in the crowd. We were all watching my sister's match, and somebody was like, "Man, I wouldn't want to deal with her." I was like, "Man, I've had to deal with her for a very, very long time with my goddamn sister." Like, like, you guys have no idea. And everybody's just like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you have no idea." But I would just do that. I would definitely just try to get as much information on each person as you possibly can.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's what a lot of people are saying, like, know the moves. And I always reach out to everyone, man. So hopefully one day I'll get to call your matches, but at the same time, man.
Oh, no, you will. You will.
Yeah, I think so. I would like to. And at the same time, man, I know there's going to come a time, like every time I see you, man, I almost feel like I'm saying goodbye, and for all the good reasons, man, like you're going to disappear. And again, for all really, really great reasons, I just feel that way, man. And that's a really, really good thing, man. I did want to ask you this real quick, man. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I saw, former guest of the show, a really nice guy, Anthony Bowens. I did see, you guys kind of, at Dynamite together and all that kind of stuff. I guess you guys have a history. So from what I read, I think it was on an Instagram post, he came into your school or something like that, or something with bullying. Like, that was very interesting to me, like how you guys had a kind of connection before all that. This is really interesting.
For the people that don't know, this might be quite a story, but when I was 15 years old, I started training and everything like that. Bones was like the first person to come up to me. We trained at the same school, and he looked at me and he was like, "If you ever need anything at all,
wow,
I'm here." I mean, I was the youngest guy in there. Everybody was like 20 and up. I was 15 years old. So like, I'm walking in there, the young lion, no friends, not knowing my ass from my elbow. He wanted to help. And he did. And he always sat with me while I waited for my mom to come and pick me up and everything. Like, he became like my big brother, literally. And I owe a lot to him. And, he lets me stay with him when I'm at AEW. He always gives me advice. We're always on the phone till 4 a.m, coming up with ideas for wrestling, like coming up with his 5-tool character gimmick, or coming up with stuff for AEW, or just for me to get a little more over. We always sit down and we always help each other. He's a big inspiration to me. And, when I was going through it, I had the opportunity in school to bring somebody in that works and does something that I want to do one day. I knew nobody that was in WWE, but when I looked at him, he was a star. To me, looking up to him, he was that guy. And I definitely thought he was going to make it somewhere. And Bowens really didn't have to do this, because the next day he had to fly out to England. And he took time to still come before his long flight to England, his first tour to England, to come to my school. Wow. And speak to people and let them know, like, don't bully this kid, and like let them know like why I'm such a good kid, and what he does and how much work it takes to get there, and how it's not all BS like they think it is, and how it's not all fake like they think it is. And people looked at me in a different way after that, because then I started getting put on posters and I started wrestling more, and people were starting to take me serious after that. So I owe that to him, because he really just didn't have to do that. And, without him sometimes, like, there's a lot of people I have to thank, and he's definitely one of those guys. And I'll never forget everything he did for me. I never will.
Yeah. Good dude. One of the only people, when we had an in-person interview with him at WrestlePro, he actually like brought us over to the table. He brought chairs over for us. Like, this is the nicest guy, like, not like, get out of here, kid. Like, he was super accommodating and super nice. And I can't wait to see him back in ring action. So the Acclaimed right there. Love those guys. They're killing it, much like Casey will be. And I did want to run this by you real quick, Casey. Obviously, I do consider you a big part of AEW, man. We love seeing you every week, man. Hopefully, we'll see that continue. But AEW is very big on factionism, which is really, really cool. We have your Team Taz's with Papa Cage over there. We have that Nightmare family, although some stuff's going on with there. Is that something that you would want to be part of, like either one of those factions, or, join something like the Jurassic Express? I don't know. And anyone you got your eyes on?
I mean, Team Taz seemed pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, though. There's some issues going on with Papa Cage and everybody. Yeah. So, I don't know what's going on, but Papa Cage looks pissed off, and I don't want to get involved in that. So I'll probably stay away from that. Because I don't want him to get mad at me either, because it seems like he's pretty mad at everybody. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
The Nightmare family's got a lot of issues too. I don't know what the hell's going on there. And now you got the Pinnacle.
Yes.
Well, it's a pretty stacked team. Don't get me wrong. And I would love to be at the top of the Pinnacle. I would. I don't think MJF would allow it, but I would love to. But I also really like the Inner Circle and who's in that.
Ooh, I'd like that. Ooh.
I love Sammy Guevara, because that's another guy. There you go. I forgot to mention him. I would love to wrestle him. Santana and Ortiz I've known. Yeah. And Jericho, Hager, Jericho, that's somebody really good to learn from. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they might have interest in me. Who knows? No one, I don't know. You never know who's watching your stuff. I mean, I never knew Mike Bennett was a fan of my work until I hit him up. Like, you never know who watches your stuff. So, I don't know. I would say, Pinnacle, Inner Circle, and Nightmare Family, if they figure out what's going on there, I would love to be a part of Cody's stuff. And, Team Taz, if Papa Cage, says it's okay, I wouldn't mind, but he seems like he's a little mad right now. So I'm not right now.
Yeah, stay on his good side. Yeah, man. But that's really cool. And like I say, I love seeing you part of AEW, man, just with everyone. You got a lot of family there. You're killing it there. In my mind, you're a big part of that, man. It's only going to continue to grow, man. And as you continue to grow, my friend, I did want to ask this one before we get out of here, man. The tattoo, bro. I see people get tattoos. Oh, it looks great, dude. I see people get tattoos and sometimes like, I don't know, man. You nailed it, dude. It looks great. And I'm not just saying that because you're my boy. Like, it looks fantastic. Like, tell us about the inspiration, the artist, the time. It looks good. It's you. It's a part of you, man. It's blessed. It's Casey Navarro.
So my idea is, one day I do want a whole sleeve. I had just this one, which everybody knew, that represented my mom, me, and my dad. My whole thing with my sleeve, because I feel like everybody's sleeve has like a story to it and a theme. I want my theme to be about being blessed. And, like I was blessed for my mom, and that's why I got the flower. I'm blessed for my dad. That's why I got the quote that he always told me. And obviously I'm blessed. That's why I got the word blessed. Yeah. But I really wanted something else to represent. And I remember me and my girlfriend, we were sitting down, we were trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Originally, I was going to cover this side, and it was going to be a wing here. And I had the tattoo. I knew what I wanted, because what the wing represents to me is that, all angels have wings. And, I'm a high flyer, and it's also to represent, the ones that I've lost that are angels to me. My grandfather, Matt Travis, and Shad Gaspard. They're to represent them. They're my three angels. I feel like they're my three guardian angels that are getting me to where I am. Yeah. And then one day me and my girlfriend were looking at different wings. I already had the one set. Like, I was going to get it right here, and I was good. And then I saw this one that was like all this. And I was like, man, like, that'd be cool. That'd be different. And I remember her just going, I would like that. And I was just like, all right. But then I showed my mom, I showed my dad, and I sent it to a couple wrestlers. If anybody thought it was a little too much, I probably wasn't going to go through with it. I sent it to Tessa Blanchard. I've sent it to Tasha Steeles. I've sent it to Brian Cage. I sent it to Steve Gibke. I sent it to Bowens. Anybody I was really close to. And not one person didn't think that was going to look cool. And I was like, all right. And then what happened was I was supposed to go to my original artist that did this. And this is right after I recovered from COVID.
Yeah.
And at the time when I recovered from COVID was the week of Revolution, the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And they already booked everybody. So I knew I wasn't going to be on AEW for another 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, no problem, But I was like, this is my time to go get it done. I need 2 weeks to heal. I have enough time to go get this done. So I was going to go get it done where I got this one, and my artist was booked until August. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how busy I'm going to be by August. I can't wait for that. So I call my dad. I know my dad has 1,000,001 connections in Miami. So I'm like, hey, Dad, where can I go to get a really good tattoo? I need this to look great because this is going to be a big one. And it's going to take a lot of time and it's going to hurt. And I just want it to look good because it's a giant wing that I'm going to live with for the rest of my life. And he was like, well, we can go to this artist Tattoo Baby that was on Ink Master, which was me and my girlfriend's favorite. We love Ink Master, and she was our favorite. So I was like, oh my God, that'd be so cool. And then she was booked, I think, all March. So I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. And then there was another place called Inkaholics, and they're one of the best tattoo shops in Miami. They have kind of like a weird reputation, but to me, I love them. They were really cool. They actually really hooked me up with this tattoo. You know, This was supposed to be a very, very expensive tattoo, and they actually gave me a pretty decent.
They're like, "Are you Casey Navarro?"
Yeah, right. So I had to owe them that one, and they actually sent me to the artist that did some of Rihanna's tattoos.
Oh wow,
singer. Yeah, and when I was there was a New England Patriot getting tattooed. I'm like, all right, this is good. I feel like I'm in good hands then. Yeah. So, I show the guy what I want. He sees it. He's trying to figure out how to put it on my arm. 3.5 hours, he was done.
Yeah.
Hurt.
Yeah.
Like up here. Oh my God. I want to quit. But when I was done, I looked at it. I'm like, man, this is great. And I was like, I can't wait to show it off. And I was actually not going to announce it or show it until I came back to AEW. That's when I wanted to show it for the first time. But Leo Rush was talking a lot of smack, so I had to respond to him, and I couldn't hide it. So I had to let everybody know I had it, but I had to shut him up. So I had to show it off a little bit. But yeah, man, the tattoo is great. It came out great, it healed nice, and everybody loves it. I know I got a lot of cool reactions from when I was on AEW this past week because it was a lot of people's first time seeing it, and it was cool, man. I thought it was great, and I'm happy I got it. And this is just one of many that's going to finish this all up. I already have a few ideas of what I'm putting here and stuff like that. So, but that'll come later on. That was a lot of pain I had to go through. So I got to take a break for a little bit.
It's meant to be, man. It looked great. Like, I know you were thinking about like the forearm or whatever, but it looks great up there, man. It's perfect. It was meant to be, man. And you're killing it. Casey, real quick before we get out of here, and thank you for always taking the time for us, man. We really appreciate it. Anything you want to say to the fans real quick, that are maybe having a hard time coming out of 2020 into 2021. We living in this weird new normal COVID world, but now we're starting to see some normalcy. Anything that you want to say to the fans right now that may be struggling, but are excited to see some wrestling?
Honestly, man, from my perspective, and I know I'm nobody, but I like to always put my perspective in there. It's not over yet. Don't think it's over yet. I know that a lot of people lost their jobs. I'm one of them. I haven't worked in over a year. Just don't give up. You can't. The moment you give up, you're going to lose everything. And, everybody has like their different opinions on certain things. I'm not a religious guy. I don't have a religion, but I have my faith in God, and I have faith, period. And I feel like it's good to have faith regardless. But I'm not gonna just tell everybody, like, if you're an atheist or something, or believe in something, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, you better start praying, bro, or you ain't gonna be blessed with anything in your life. Like, I'm not gonna tell you that. But just be positive. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. In 2020, I watched a lot of my family lose a lot of things, and I've lost a lot of things myself, and things I thought I would never get back. And I just didn't quit. And I didn't live to say, oh, this needs to happen now. Like, I live day by day. Like, I'm living today, man. I ain't worried about what's going on tomorrow. I ain't worried about Mania week right now. Mania week's going to come. Well, for me on Friday, but I'm worried about right now. I was worried about going to the gym. I was worried about getting on this interview. That's what I was worried about. Just, you got to stay positive. You got to walk around with a smile on your face, man. I know it's hard, but always call somebody. There's always somebody that's there. There's always gonna be somebody to listen. I'm always there for my fans. I'm always there for you, Rob. You know that. I'm always there for everybody, and I got friends to go to. When I'm going through stuff, I can call up good old Papa Cage and my sister and like stuff like that. I can go to my girlfriend, I can go to my mom, I can go to my dad, I can go to whoever. There's always somebody there, and don't be afraid to talk to somebody, because, hey, it's a hard time and everybody's going through it. Don't think you're the only one. Everybody's going through the same thing, and a lot of people did. Unless you got multi-million dollars, man, a lot of people going through the same thing. So, just keep a good head on your shoulders, stay positive. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of good things coming, and not just for me, but for you. I mean, we might not be on the same path. You know, you might want to be huge on, you know, a huge podcast and only making money off podcasts, right?
Yeah.
You know, like that could happen. You can get a huge job being a fucking radio host. Who knows? You know what I mean? Somebody can see this and be like, hey, man, you'd be great for radio. We're going to offer you over $100K a year. Like, you just never know. You never know what's planned. Like, every day is different. I believe, in my opinion, every year of your life is a chapter and every day is a page. That's how I look at it.
Wow.
And you never know what's on that next page, man, till you turn the page. And that turning the page is at 12 a.m. midnight when your next day starts. So, you know, just live day by day, man. You never know what's coming for you, man. You really don't. I didn't expect to go back to AEW. I didn't expect to get called for the Super X Cup. It was just things that just came out of nowhere. It was just things that came. The first time I ever met my girlfriend, the first time she ever hung out with me, I got a call from Tommy Dreamer. I didn't see that coming. All I know is that Tasha Steelz texted me and was like, hey, can I give Tommy Dreamer your number? And next thing you know, I get a call from him.
Nice.
About the Super X Cup. I did not see that coming. It was just stuff that happened.
Just the beginning.
Don't just worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about today, because tomorrow's not promised. The next minute is not promised. Just worry about right now. And that's all I got to say about that. Just stay positive. You know, watch my mini doc if you need a little inspiration. I'm telling you, it's really good. It comes out at 6 p.m., but it'll already be out when you guys see this.
We'll put the link. We'll put the link in the description.
Yeah,
sure.
link below. You know, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that at Casey Russell's. You know, trying to build that brand more and more. Follow these guys, man, because you know, without them giving me a platform to just speak, because a lot of people don't. You know, a lot of people don't give me that platform to speak, or even if they do, I don't like to do too many. Because then I feel like I'm just repeating myself, and you know,
we appreciate it. Bro.
I'd rather get the views to the people that already got everything out of me than having to repeat myself over and over again. Like, shout out to Wrestle T. That interview will be out tomorrow, I believe. I think. I don't even know if I was.
Is that Sam Laterna? Shout out to Sam.
Yeah. So, like, you know, check that out. And I think that's all the interviews I did. Like, I wasn't really trying to do too many. And you know, Rob, you know, I always had to put you guys over. I always put you guys on. I even told you, what was that? It's Synergy. I was like, hey, when I'm ready to do one, I'm gonna hit you up and we're gonna do it.
Appreciate it, man.
That's what I did. I wanted to make sure we could do it. And I thought definitely this week would have been the perfect week with so much coming up. Mike Bennett, that's a huge match, and I didn't think I would get that. And I'm getting it thanks to Future Legend. Shout out to Future Legend. Leo Rush, you know, me and Leo, you know, in real life. And like, people think it's just for the show, but we actually do have like a legit problem. Like
really?
Yeah.
Because I know he was like kind of like your guy back, CZW, right?
Yeah. We were fine. We were fine. And, you know, he came out of WWE, whatever. But it was just the way he was acting towards me. And like, I confronted him. And then he took it personal and started taking it to social media a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I really took it to social media. Like, I really spoke my mind. And then when I was actually filming the documentary, they actually said, like, do you want to do an interview after your match? And I go, yeah. That interview turned into me calling him out, like, straight up. And every word I felt was real. And I mean, all I told the promoters was that, like, listen, like, we just want to fight. You know, I don't care if he gets to his next match later on that day.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna get to Bennett. I know I will. Like, you know, his issue is his issue, and my issue is my issue. I just plan to go in there, and you know, I hate cursing, but I plan on fucking him up straight up. First, I wanted to just rock him in his jaw, because you know, Leo just talks a lot of smack, but I really don't care. At least I can back up my shit. He can't. So, you know, that's just my opinion. But that's first thing in the morning on April 9th, and I can't wait for that. But, you know, like I said, wrestling Mike Bennett is going to be an honor. I can't wait for that, because to me, he's very inspirational. I don't know if you guys saw the clips of his documentary that's coming out.
No, I didn't.
I believe his comes out on the 7th, and that's a full documentary. His, I think, going to be pretty long.
I'll check that out.
Posting clips, and it really looks good. I've been sharing some of his clips because, I mean, some of the stuff he says, like, inspires me. Like how I may inspire somebody else, like his stuff inspires me. So I can't wait to share the ring with him and get to learn more from him, because I could tell, like, I could feel his passion, because it almost feels like mine. Yeah. So, you know, I can't wait for that. But yeah, you know, just
tune in this week.
Check those out. I believe they're both going to be live on Title Match on Friday, so you guys will be able to check that out live. We'll
be watching.
That's pretty much it. And then Yeah.
All about the shameless promo. You talked about the Twitter and all that stuff. We got our 8x10. Get the 8x10s at the show. This is hanging up in the Bob Cave here. Tell everyone where they can get those t-shirts. I need to get the new one, man. It looks great.
Yeah, prowrestlingtees.com/Casey Wrestles. As a matter of fact, hold up. Wait, I got it right here. Hold on.
My man. Always prepared, this guy.
Hold on.
We are
It's
not
all packed up for Mania week, but it's okay. I can pull that real quick.
No.
Here it is. The
It looks
Blessed
great.
the World Tour. There it is. Who's next to be blessed? Leo Rush's dumbass is.
Oh.
So yeah, you can get those at prowrestlingtees.com/Casey Wrestles. And that's pretty much all I got to put over, I believe. And then just make sure you guys check out Bob Culture Podcast and all there. We're all great. Hey man, you know I gotta do it. I'm not one of those guys, and I'm actually genuine about that. I'm not just saying it because I'm on here. I'm actually for real. So make sure you guys check those out. And yeah.
I appreciate it, man. And thank you for giving us an hour of your time. I know you're super busy. This is Mania week. You got a lot of traveling to do. Like I keep saying, man, every time I talk, I won't get too mushy, but every time I talk to you, man, I feel like it might be the last time I see you in a while because good things are happening for you. It's all for good reasons. Know that we appreciate you. I appreciate you personally for always making time for me, for checking in on me, being an inspiration for me. And yeah, man, just always giving us the time, man, and just keep killing it. Stay humble out there. Ride that wave, dude. Keep killing it. Take it to the top. I know you will. And just know that you're making us proud, man. And I can't wait to see you sign very, very soon. I think it's going to happen.
I appreciate it, man. I hope I see you soon at one of the upcoming shows coming up. I hope I see you at one of them. So that'd be cool because I definitely want to see you guys in person rather than on a video call.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
I said, what's up?
I will. He had to go to work. He was bummed, but he said, what's up?
It's all good. You got to let him know I said, what's up.
I will, man. Thanks for the love always, man. And like we always say here on the BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other, and stay blessed. We out. Peace.
Peace, guys.
The thing about wrestling that, fuels me, that makes me love it so much is the throw from the crowd. I go out there and just hear them just screaming, but it's win the crowd, win the world. And that was a quote my dad always told me before all my matches. And that's, if you go out there and you win the crowd, anything is possible.
Got to tip the cap to Navarro also, another talented young man. Extremely fast athlete, a lot of good physicality by Navarro. I like this shit.
I haven't seen much of Casey Navarro before tonight, but I'm really impressed with the young man. Really impressed. Tough kid.
This is a legendary gym, like a lot of old school wrestlers came through here. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Legion of Doom, only the baddest of the bad come here. And I mean, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the baddest, but I sure as hell want to be one day, so that's why I'm here.
Next weekend? What do you have? I think I'm going back to AEW. I'm not too sure.
Well, during the middle of the week?
I enjoy training him. The reason why it makes sense to me is because he's good for the business. They say in wrestling, there's three main traits. You have charisma, you have in-ring technique, and then you have your look. He absolutely has the in-ring technique, and then he has the look too, but this is what this is all about.
You'll stretch your hands. Go down. You'll stretch it.
Hard work though. If I didn't have him, I wouldn't be pushing myself as hard in the gym as this week, so I gotta go.
8, 9, chest. Good old Papa Cage. Let's talk about good old Papa Cage, Brian Cage. I don't know what it is, but he sees something in me and believes in me and always does whatever he can to help me get to that next level.
Casey and I are real cool. He's my illegitimate son, if you will, too. We play on that. I always put him over for how ripped he is and he's even improving on that too. He's still improving his physique, but also how professional his gear looks. He comes out there, he looks like a star. He looks like he doesn't belong in the crowd, and he's only improving day in and day out. He's only 21.
did this last set, right? You did. And you gave me 12 pretty good reps. So this is your last set. So here's what's gonna happen. Since I'm so nice, instead of putting on a 45-pound plate, I'm gonna add a 25 over here. All right? Because since I'm so nice, I'm gonna take another 25 and I'm gonna add it over here. And since the last set you gave me 12, this one all I want from you is 15. So I would just like those 3 extra reps for the nice rest time that you took.
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't even bring up. Only because it's like a touchy subject for me. But Shad Gaspard was like the first guy, like a WWE guy that ever believed in me. I met him when I was 16, and he pulled me to the side and he goes, "You're gonna make it one day." I never understood what he meant by that.
I'll tell you what though, he'd be proud of you. He'd be proud of you. It's exactly what he would want you to be doing.
Seeing you at 16 years old, a blind man with fucking, you know what I'm saying, sunglasses, can see that you have it. You know what I'm saying? You have that it. You just gotta surround everything else around it. You get the body around it. You get the experience around it. You have all the factors of it that you can't teach. That you just have to have it. You got it. You know what I mean?
I put out a tweet because I happened to get new promo pics at the time, and I tweeted it. And out of nowhere, you quote retweeted it, and you told everybody, watch out for this kid. Like, he's the future. And I remember seeing that tweet and screenshotting it, sending it to my mom and sending it to my friends going, dude, I just got the fire back after everybody thought I was done. And, like, you brought me back wanting more and wanting to chase it, wanting to go do all these things. Like, it was after that where I started wrestling all these big names because I started like really grinding. I got an opportunity to wrestle for Impact and do all that stuff. And, you know, I owe it to you, my man.
I'm a man of God. I am. You know, I don't really have a religion. I have my own relationship with God. And I pray to God every day. You know, being grateful for everything that you got, all the hard work you put in, you receive all the good things. You do good, you get good. You know, I'm blessed for just having a good heart. I'm blessed for all the opportunities I have. I'm blessed to be in the same gym that my grandfather trained in. I'm blessed to be able to travel the world at only 21 and being in more states than my whole family's ever been in their entire lifetime. So for me to do that, I'm blessed, man.